Welcome to the African Album Review Podcast, where we review Africa's best and latest music projects.
Africa, Muzi. My name is Wemoto and I welcome you to the African Album Review Podcast. I'm definitely super stoked to be back, my people. How you doing? As for me, I'm good. No complaints. We're just doing the best we can, right? Otherwise, thank you so much for joining me on the podcast today. Like always, we've got an album review. And this one takes us to South Africa.
The latest African album review is...
Muzi is one of those artists that has so much to give but tends to fly under the radar a bit. Because of his musical style, true music lovers get to find such artists and they become the best kept secret in town. Muzi gives us an EP titled Mama after his 2019 album titled Zeno. Mama EP is the first project from him that I am going to review, so let's do this thing. Released October 2, 2020 under We The Bundu, Mama EP has 6 tracks and a 21-minute 5-second runtime. The EP cover shows a silhouette drawing of Muzi embracing a woman who I would say is his mom, considering the title of the EP. In the silhouette, he is wearing a chain with the name Muzi, and that's how you know it's him. And it's also how the artist is revealed on the cover. Genius level.
Album review.
Let's analyze the music.
Don't Let Me Go opens up Mama EP with a fast-paced 80s and 90s house and Shangaan disco sound. That reminds me of a lot of days I used to get down to the sounds of the late great Peter Tinnett, and that sort of digong-infused sound was everything, and he captured it beautifully with the song dedicated to his mom. The whole EP is dedicated to his mom, but Muzi says, I feel your touch every morning and evening, and don't let me go. It's such a beauty. I Miss You is a really emotional number where Muzi talks to his late mom saying that he wished they had more time, and he tells her to say hi to grandma up there. The beat is a chill dance sound which is a bit pacey for the depth and the melancholy in the lyrics, but it becomes unique because of it. It sounds like someone that is finding a level of acceptance for having lost a parent, but they lament on how things could have been without necessarily breaking down at the thought, but rather sort of facing it with a smile. The song Mama Dance sounds more like the Muzi I discovered some years back with that electro-funk fusion going on. It is a psychedelic trip to a world where music knows no convention. The hi-hats are really pronounced, the claps are intriguing, while the entire makeup of the song gets you nodding your head somewhat. Sounds like he envisioned his mom dancing, then decided to turn that vision into some sort of music where each time he plays that particular song, he can see her when his eyes are closed. Believe starts with a melodious vocal hum, which actually becomes the core of the music on the song. Muzi takes a wonderful lead, saying he hopes the good times swing by again because he is trying to believe in himself. To me, this song is an example of when someone loses something and even that they thought they loved to do doesn't make sense anymore. Muzi realizes this at some point after losing his mum and is just trying to rediscover the good times to get back to being a version of himself that he recognizes. And hey, why not support what we do right here? Go to motomotomusic.com, top right-hand corner, click the PayPal icon, and please make a donation. This is how we survive, and we can keep the African Album Review podcast going. Thanks.
Album Review.
The technical side of things.
Theme-wise, Mama EP is really a journey a child takes in coping with losing their parent with whom they were so close. It's an EP that details trying to make sense of a world without your rock. The Mama EP by Muzi is self-therapy and healing. I don't think I could sum it up any better. It's hard to put into words, but these are emotions, the deepest of which are on full display. On the other hand, the sadness at times sort of comes with music that is danceable and fast-paced. You know? Muzi shows a lot of versatility. Take a song such as The Calling, for example. He recreates a sound that involves what I believe to be the original vuvuzela sounds or instruments made from the kudu horn. Back in the day, they used the vuvuzela to call on villagers to come for important gatherings. In this context, we the listeners are summoned while Muzi pours his heart out saying goodbye to his mother with a very traditional sounding vocal performance, which I've heard while listening to a lot of traditional Ndebele and Zulu music as well. On the extremely heartbreaking Makosa, he gives a delivery that is true to his musical style. It comes with short rhyme patterns that don't really rely on carrying chords for too long. And that is typical of a lot of new music these days, even for really vocally talented singers. The title of the song is a respectful way of addressing his mother in the same way that you would say Mrs. So-and-so. In this context, I'm not really sure, I'm not 100% on this, if it's calling her by her name or like her surname or maybe the name of a child, something like that. Backed by a choral-style choir really accentuated the Makosa song well. The piano on this track was fire, no cap. Muzi is simply a different kind of talent, and he proves it time and again. His sound may be an acquired taste to many, but be that as it may, it slaps. You won't get the commercial sound that dominates the airwaves with him. You get unfiltered realness and originality. Now here's where it gets more interesting. He produced the Mama EP himself, so he made it what he wanted it to be. This dude is beyond creativity as we know it, and even in the sadness of sort of dealing with losing a parent, he still finds a way to make that a blessing for us, the listeners.
Album Review.
The final thoughts.
It's hard to pick one song from the Mama EP. Every single song had a unique place and intention. At the same time, no two songs sounded the same. Therefore, this is a no-skips album for me. What makes it more impressive is the fact that he did do it. He really did do it. Muzi's intent here doesn't seem like it was particularly for music, but to talk to someone about losing the love of his life in his mom. I definitely do recommend that you listen to Mama EP. It is available online and, connect with music that honestly could make you cry and smile at the same time. And that's it from me. My name is MJ Wemoto, son of Zimbabwe, signing out. This was the African Album Review Podcast. Peace. Dende.
Moto Music, the best place to listen to podcasts about African music online.